So we're back with another video. As you can see, we've got some drones in my hand, and today we're going to be talking about changing the propellers on your drone. So when it comes to drones, more than likely there's two different types of mechanisms that hold your propellers in place. So like on the Mini, we've got some screws that are holding it in place, and then we've got an air here, and this is a quick release mechanism. So we're going to go over to the desk, and then we're going to take a closer look at both of these, and then we're going to show you how to safely and correctly change these propellers to make sure that they stay in place, they're in the correct position, and they're going to do exactly how they're supposed to. So the first drone that we're going to be looking at today is the DJI Mini, and we're going to be looking at this drone because it uses a screw release terminal and fixing to hold the propellers in place. So I've got some spare propellers on the left. I also have a small Phillips screwdriver. Now these do come with the drone originally, but if you've taken the propellers out the bag, then you may not have this printing which tells you the order of which the propellers go on. So there is another way to figure out how to do that. As you can see, the propellers on the left, well, the front left and the rear right do not have any kind of markings on the propeller. Whereas if you have a take a look on the left side and the top right, there is a small slit right here. So I'm just going to zoom into that. Now, this correlates with what is also on the arm printed, which you can see right here is a small slit. That is the exact same. So this is your way of telling which side the propeller that you're fitting is made to go on. So as you can see on this side, there's nothing on the propeller, there's nothing on the arm. And then top right, we've got the marking on both the arm and the propeller. Bottom left and then bottom right, we do not. So this is just going to show us which way our propeller is going to go. Now we've figured that out, we need to release the propeller. So with your propeller kit, you are going to get some new screws. I highly recommend using them, and I'll tell you why. Because 9 times out of 10 they have a small amount of Loctite on them. So this just ensures that they'll be locked into place, and it's just really good practice to do so. So right now we've got 2 propellers for the B. So what I'm going to do is take them out. Now we've got some more propellers for the A. I'm going to take them out. Then we've got our 4 screws right here. So let's just move these screws to the side, put the propellers down, and then all I'm going to do, shuffle them around so I don't know what is what, and then I'll show you how we can quickly identify it. So I've shuffled them around, let's flip them over. So ironically they've landed where they should be anyway. So these are the 2 slits. So from this I know that they can either be fitted onto this section or this arm. And then if we have a look at the other 2, right, there's no slits. So I know they can be fitted on the top left arm or the bottom right arm, because if I look at the arm, there's no slit. So let's begin. I'm going to change the bottom right. So we're going to take our Phillips screwdriver and we're just going to unscrew. Right, so what I've done is I've moved over to a bit of a smaller screwdriver. It looks like this one's no good. It may just be the Loctite is too tight, or it may just be that this is just a crappy screwdriver off the line. So we've got a bit of a better one here. So all we're going to do is nicely unscrew the first screw and propeller. I'll put them over here out of the way. There's our thread so you can see the blue, so that's a Loctite. So the Loctite was probably on pretty nicely. And then same again, unscrew. So the screw's removed, again, nice bit of Loctite, so that may have been why this other screwdriver wasn't able to release it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to check. So these are the ones that we need. Now these are going to go like so, outwardly. And there we go. So they're on nicely and correctly. So we're going to go into our little screw bag. And we are just going to pop out 2 screws. There's 2. So you get 3 in a bag, not 4, sorry. So you've always got a spare, so it's quite nice. So we'll keep that to the side, we'll keep that spare. And then all we're going to do is place our screw in place, as you can see. A nice bit of Loctite on it, like I said. You want a fresh bit of Loctite on the screw, hence using the new screw. And then we're just going to gently screw it into place. And then once it starts moving, we can speed it up. We don't want to cross thread these, so that's why we want to really gently screw it in at first, and then once you can tell the thread has been taken and it's following the thread nicely, then we can speed up the screwing. So there we go. And that is now tightly in place, and we have now changed the propeller using the screw release mechanism. So now let's move over to the other drone, the Air, and I'm going to show you how to change the propeller on that. So here we have the DJI Air. Now this may or may not be obvious to you now from what you've learned on the DJI Mini on how to change the propellers. So first of all, we'll talk about alignment. So if it isn't obvious, what we can see here is a silver circle on the top right and the bottom left, no circle. And then if we look on the drone itself, we can see where the silver circle is. We've got a silver marking on both sides. No silver marking on this side, no silver circle. So if we just move this to the side, we got 2 change of propellers. So let's figure out which is which. Now let's flip these over and figure out which is which. So there's one with the silver, there's one without. So let's stick with the one with the silver circle, I should say. And now you can see it looks like a bit of a clip is on here. So this is what I'm talking about the push release. So let's go for this arm right here. So for this arm, all I'm going to do is I'm going to push it down and then twist to the left, and it's going to pop right out. So let me show you that again. I'm going to push down, it's on a release, it's on a spring. You can see that moving. So all we're going to do is push it down, release while holding the motor so it doesn't twist, and it's now been removed. Now, we're going to take our replacement, and then all we're going to do is going to place it over the hole on the thread, confirm, yes, we've got a silver marking, yes, we've got a silver marking on here, that is the correct one. And then on the motor, you'll see the gap is larger than where it is on the silver marking. So this is where we're originally going to line it up, and then all we're going to do is push it down, hold the motor again, and then rotate it to the right, and that is now locked in. Now if you want to tell it's definitely locked in, what you're going to do is hold this, hold the motor and give it a wiggle. It's not going anywhere, it'll only move if you push down on it. So that's in place. So I hope this video has been helpful. This has been how to change the propeller on your DJI drone. Now these 2 mechanisms are the most common on the DJI platform. So I hope this has been helpful. I've been Connor, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.